Hi, this is Gilda Bonanno, professional speaker and presentation skills coach. And today's tip is how to deliver a killer pitch presentation. One high-stakes presentation that entrepreneurs have to give is a pitch presentation in front of potential investors. You're pitching your business, your product, your service, your idea, and hoping to get the investors interested in what you have to say and what you're doing so they'll give you money. You need to make sure you can communicate your message clearly and concisely. So here are 6 strategies to help make sure your presentation is killer. First, think about it from the investor's point of view. What's important to them? Follow what I call the golden rule of communications. Communicate unto others as they want to be communicated to. So for example, you know the investors are interested in valuation, they're interested in return on investment, so make sure you speak to them in that language. Make sure you speak to them in a way that they're going to understand and showing that you know what's important to them. Secondly, be prepared, but not overly memorized. So you want to make sure you prepare and practice your presentation. Focus on your message, what key points you want to include. Think about questions you might get asked. Do all of that preparation and practice, but don't memorize it word for word. Why not? Well, the problem with memorization is if you get off topic, if you get distracted, if you get interrupted by a question, it's very hard to get back on track. And if you've ever watched the show Shark Tank on television, you've seen this happen to entrepreneurs. They've memorized a script, they're in their head reciting the script, they get asked a question, they get interrupted, they lose track of what they're saying, and they can't get back on track. And it's painful to watch. So make sure you prepare and practice so you can say it a couple of different ways and get interrupted and still not lose your focus. Don't memorize word for word. The third strategy is anticipate questions. You're asking people to give you money to support your business. You know they're going to have questions. And you can predict about 90% of the questions you're going to be asked. What are your sales? Who are your competitors? What is the size of the market? What are you going to use the money for? What are your growth plans? Who's on your leadership team? Etc. You can predict, you can anticipate at least 90% of these questions. So make sure you prepare for them. Have a friend fire these questions at you. Make sure you can answer them clearly and concisely. So quick answer, supported by plenty of detail if needed. Make sure you have extra material you can bring with you in case you need to dig deep into some of the details and provide them more information. And for the 10% or 5% of the questions that you can't anticipate, those strange questions out of left field, well, in that moment, you have to trust in your preparation, your practice, your experience to be able to answer those questions confidently. Fourth, remain calm when answering questions. It's easy to get flustered, particularly if you don't know an answer to a question, or if you're getting a little upset, you think the question may be hostile or the person is disagreeing with your point of view. It's easy to lose your cool when answering questions, but don't. Stay calm. Show that you are in control of your emotions, that you know your information well enough to handle these questions, to field these tough questions without losing your cool. You want to demonstrate grace under pressure, not only in that moment, but also as a way to show that's the kind of entrepreneur you are. You're able to stay calm when things get crazy. And of course, in business, they always get crazy. So make sure you remain calm when you're answering questions. 5, be assertive and respectful. You want to make sure you are respectful in how you're speaking and what you're saying to the investors, even if you disagree with them, even if they're choosing not to invest in your product, even if they disagree that there's any need for your service at all, you still want to respect their experience. You don't ever want to dismiss them or take it personally. You want to make sure you show respect to them. At the same time, you also want to be assertive. You want to make sure that you answer their questions and you get your point across. You have a message you want to deliver. You have key points you want to communicate. You need to make sure you make the time to do that. You don't want to walk out of the room and say, oh, I didn't get a chance to explain this, or oh, I forgot, or I didn't have time, or I got distracted and I didn't mention this. You want to make sure you prepare and practice, and in the room, be assertive. So even when you're answering a different question, feel free to drop in one of the facts that are important. So you could say something like, I also want to make sure that you understand, or it's important for you to know, or another thing that I think you need to consider when making this decision is. So make sure you have your facts ready and that you're assertive enough that you can get those communicated clearly while also being respectful. 6, smile. Make sure you're relaxed enough to smile so you can communicate your energy and your enthusiasm and your passion for this business. If you don't communicate that passion and enthusiasm, why should the investors care enough about your business to invest in it? So you want to make sure you're practiced and in the moment you remember to smile, because that communicates confidence and it allows you to share your enthusiasm and your excitement so that way the investors get excited about it too, and they're able to then understand it more fully and perhaps make the decision to invest. So the next time you're in front of potential investors, follow these 6 strategies so you can deliver a truly killer pitch presentation. For more information on this topic and other communications topics, check out the rest of my videos on my YouTube channel or subscribe to my newsletter. Thanks for watching.